came to Mr. Bernstein, they all take my money. Some die and some still alive, and said I should go back on this banana boat.
Go back on the banana boat?
Yes, that's what he said. I'm here.
And here you are with a green card.
And here I am with my green card and ready to go. Going back to Jamaica for Christmas.
Everybody, my name is Brad Bernstein. It is November 14th. It's cold on the outside, but, well, it may be warm on the outside, depending on where you are, but it's cold on the outside where we are here in New York City. But certainly warm here in the studio with about 30 lights on me right now. You never really need any kind of jacket in this studio. Where I am without Squeeze again today. Squeeze is on assignment, and hopefully he will be here at noon or certainly for tomorrow. In the meantime, we got a lot going on. We have your immigration questions to answer, both by calling 1-800-529-5465. We also have the ability for you to leave your question on our Facebook page, which I am going to pull up right now. And there I am. And we have Tamika, good morning, and Shanette Brown, good morning, already said good morning to me, on our Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein Facebook page. We also, so you can leave your questions on our Facebook page at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. You can leave it also on my personal Facebook page of Brad H. Bernstein. I believe we are also streaming live on the Link Up Media websites, Facebook sites of David Squeeze, Anarchy USA Credit Repair, Jamrock Magazine, Link Up Media. I don't know if there's other ones too, but I know there's a whole bunch on the Link Up Media side as well. You can leave your questions there as well, and hopefully tomorrow Squeeze will be answering them. But if you want to leave your questions, you got to leave them on our Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein page or on the Brad H. Bernstein page. I also do have to remind everybody, I have a note here, got a plug, that we have a brand new, spanking new Facebook page called The Brad and Squeeze Show. And what Kim, our social media guru, will be doing is she will be answering your legal questions first on the Brad and Squeeze Show Facebook page. I said, Kim, that's a bit mean, don't you think? It's a bit drastic. And she said, no, she wants everybody to stop watching all these other pages, and eventually we want to consolidate everybody into the Brad and Squeeze Show Facebook page. And she said, the way to do it is we will answer questions first on the Brad and Squeeze Facebook page. We have to connect to radio. I did not know that we were not connected to radio. Let me do that. My fault here. That is totally my fault. Let me do that right now. I got to do that. All right, as we stop the show, I am my own engineer here, and we will connect to radio here. And let me do that. And I gotta wait for a connection. 1 second. Boy, this is exciting stuff here. The connection has failed to the radio. Let's try one more time. There we go. And now we don't have dead air on the radio anymore. Wow. Wow. So welcome everybody on WVIP 93.5 FM. Sorry for that dead air that we had. And my name is Brad Bernstein. This is the Brad and Squeeze Show, sans Squeeze. And you missed the entire introduction. But the bottom line is that we are taking your immigration questions, and you should be calling us right now. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We had a bit of a hiccup there. My fault, actually. I'll take blame sometimes. My fault. I got in here late. And the way that this is set up is that I'm able to see all the telephone calls that come in on this, if you're watching on Facebook, on the laptop in front of me. And in addition, since this was originally a radio show, this laptop also turns on and off the radio, although we have an entire other control system and a control room in another room. But why the geniuses decided that I have to press the on button for the radio in studio, I've never seen any other host do that. I don't believe Jimmy Fallon has to turn on his on button when he sits at his desk before they go on to NBC, but apparently that's what they did here for me. So the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We'll be answering your immigration questions. And what I was saying was that Kim, our social media guru, wants everyone to start watching the Brad and Squeeze Facebook page. We're going to be taking your immigration questions there first. We have 2 people on hold for immigration questions. We're going to get to everybody because we don't have Squeeze here today. So I'm going to need a lot of people to talk to. So I'm sure we will get to a lot of people and a lot of their legal questions. And the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. Another programming note, just so everybody understands what we're going to be doing moving forward. Right now, the 9 o'clock show is going to be really geared towards immigration. We're going to call it the Immigration Show. The 12 o'clock show, which we will be back live on at 12 o'clock, is going to be more the Law Link show. Show not only about immigration, but law. And so we're going to open it up to all different areas of law so everybody understands what they're getting and what they're watching. It's going to be same show, but a little different. So at the 9 o'clock hour, it's going to be more geared towards immigration. At the 12 o'clock hour, more geared towards general law. But right now, the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We cannot disappoint the Brad Squad and Team Squeeze. We had to come back live twice a day. So while we're waiting for the phones to heat up, we got one person on hold right now all the way down from Miami, Florida, which we'll get to in a few minutes. The telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. Let's see what our producers say is the top news stories of the day. Donald Trump Jr. is now kind of linked to WikiLeaks, that there are emails between Donald Trump Jr. and WikiLeaks, that nefarious nefarious website that nobody knows who runs, although it seems to be that guy Assange, who's being held in captivity in an embassy somewhere. I think in the El Salvador embassy in England. Is he still there? I'm not sure, but he is the founder of WikiLeaks. We don't know exactly who's running WikiLeaks on a day-to-day basis, but they are the ones that leaked all of the Democratic National emails that Trump eventually used to disparage Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential race. Well, it turns out that Donald Trump Jr., the son, was in contact with WikiLeaks well before any of those leaks of Hillary Clinton's emails actually happened. The organization, it says here, made multiple requests of Trump Jr., asking him to provide his father's tax returns and suggesting the candidate refused to concede if he lost the election to Democratic opponent Hillary Clinton. The messages are given to congressional investigators probing whether Trump's presidential campaign colluded with Russian officials to influence the outcome. On one occasion, Trump Jr. tweeted a link to a cache of leaked emails after the WikiLeaks account messaged it to him. On another occasion, WikiLeaks wrote it was happy to see the elder Trump mentioning the group on the campaign trail. Moments later, Trump tweeted about the organization. Trump Jr. is expected to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Just seems every day there's a little more and a little more. You know, it's like an ice cube, and they're just kind of chipping away at it, water dripping, I'm told. I like to think of it as more chipping away at an ice cube. Either way, there is a water analogy there. We'll see what happens. What else? Trump and President Duterte, am I pronouncing him right? Duterte, in Manila, Philippines, they bonded. Two tyrants apparently like each other. I guess if you get two poodles in a room, they like each other. And if you get two tyrants in a room, they like each other. So I guess that's how it works. They bonded and they discussed world affairs. And the only thing that they absolutely agreed on is they completely dislike Obama. So there they are. I don't know how that will help the world, but apparently they like each other. All right, what else is happening? This is good news. Good news here. Democratic candidate of the U.S. Senate, Doug Jones, is leading in a new poll, may be the first Democrat to win in Alabama in God knows how many years. And it takes a sex predator who has been thrown off the Alabama Supreme Court to finally get Alabama, to actually vote for a normal human being. The numbers come in the aftermath of a recent sexual misconduct allegation by multiple women against Republican Roy Moore. Jones is the Democratic United States Senate nominee. He has prosecuted in the past two Ku Klux Klan perpetrators of the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, which killed 4 African-American girls. He has also secured an indictment against the Olympic Park bomber. 5 people have come out against Roy Moore and said that he sexually abused them years ago when they were minors. One says he began squeezing my neck, attempting to force my head into his crotch. And this comes when the young lady was under the age of 17, 16, perhaps even younger. She has his signature in her high school yearbook from the date of the alleged attack, December 22nd, 1977. And by the way, the accuser who says that Roy Moore, the Senate Republican senator who's running for the vacant seat in Alabama, the accuser happens to be a Republican, happened to have voted for Trump, so nobody can say that she is somebody who was picked by Hillary Clinton or the liberals to plant as a political accusation. These are things that happened, and I'm not sure how the Republican Party actually survives as a party if this man becomes elected. I still don't understand how Donald Trump can sit with President Duterte and discuss bonding over him, but not mention the fact that the Republican candidate for the vacant seat of Jeff Sessions in Alabama is a sexual predator. You know what they do to sexual predators who are not born in America? They get deported. Do you know what they do to sexual predators who were born in America and want to file for their immigrant spouse? They can't. But apparently, if you're friends with Donald Trump and you're a sexual predator, apparently you can still run for the U.S. Senate. Very, very ironic. Oh, here's more irony in the news as we're going to get to immigration questions in a second. The Trump court, Trump has picked a guy by the name of Brett Talley, who is also Alabama. It's amazing what's going on in Alabama these days, other than football. Brett Talley is a nominee to an Alabama district federal court by Donald Trump. Problem with Brett Talley is that the American Bar Association says he's completely not qualified to be a judge. When the American Bar Association says you are not qualified, that's pretty bad. And apparently, not only is he not qualified to be a judge, apparently he's never stepped inside of a courtroom. He's got a law degree, but never stepped inside of a courtroom, apparently, according to, but he's qualified to Donald Trump because he supports Donald Trump. But what has just been disclosed about this man, which was not disclosed before he was voted on, in the questionnaire to the Senate Judiciary Committee, that he's married to a woman by the name of Ann Donaldson. So who is Ann Donaldson? Ann Donaldson is the wife. Ann Donaldson is the chief of staff. His wife is the chief of staff to the White House counsel, Don McGahn. Don McGahn was the one who oversaw President Trump's judicial nominations. So this guy's wife is the right-hand man or right-hand woman to the person who's telling Donald Trump who should be the judge. Boy, they say there's nepotism everywhere when Donald's kids are running the government, and then he puts the right-hand man of the person who's picking the right-hand person, the person who's picking the judges, his husband, her husband becomes the judge, and he's completely not qualified. We'll see what happens there. What else is happening in the news? Anything more exciting I want to talk about? Colin Kaepernick. We could have a whole thing about Colin Kaepernick here. Let me take some coffee. Got to wake up. Colin Kaepernick has now been chosen the GQ, Gentleman's Quarterly, Citizen of the Year. Over a year after the former San Francisco 49er began kneeling at NFL games during the national anthem, GQ is celebrating his activism in the annual Men of the Year issue. On GQ's December cover, Kaepernick wears all black with a gold chain and a big afro. And by the way, his mother is white and his father's black. He's half black, half white, actually. The photo shoot took place in Harlem, where Muhammad Ali once marched with the Nation of Islam in protest of the Vietnam War. GQ editors wrote, "That's why we decided to photograph Colin in public in Harlem among the men, women, and children he is fighting for, to connect him to a crusade that stretches back decades." The magazine spoke with 10 activists, writers, and influencers, including Ava DuVernay, J. Cole, Harry Belafonte, I'm pronouncing this wrong, and Linda Sarsour, about Kaepernick's character, work, and impact. And I will say this about him. You can argue anything you want, but this man basically said what's more important to him. You could say, you know what? He shouldn't be kneeling during the national anthem. And what he was saying was, it's not right what's going on in minority communities and black communities in America. That's what he was saying. And he took that activism and he turned it into a national debate. And what he did was, what was more important to him, you can say what you want about the guy, whether he was right or wrong, but him personally, he gave up his career. He is unemployable in the NFL right now. He gave up tens of millions of dollars in a football contract. And he gave up perhaps tens and tens of millions of dollars more in endorsement deals and sneaker deals and in deals for, I don't know, Taco Bell, whatever, whoever was going to hire him, to sell stuff. He gave that all up, gave it all up for what he believed in. Now, you can argue whether or not he was right in kneeling, that was the proper venue, whether he's disrespecting the flag and the national anthem, but what he did was he did what was right in his heart. And money didn't matter, fame didn't matter, his endorsement deals didn't matter to him. And that is why I believe he is GQ Citizen of the Year, because he took his citizenship seriously, his right to express himself, his right to say on a national stage what's going on is wrong. Whether you liked what he was saying or not, that's an argument for another day. But what you can't argue about is that what was more important, I would tell you, 99.9% of the people out there would say, I'm not giving up my contract. And they would have their managers and agents in their ear saying, what are you, crazy, Colin? Stand up. You're going to lose a lot of money. And he said, no, this is more important to me than money. This is more important to me than my career. What's going on is wrong. And that is why he is the GQ Citizen of the Year. All right, so we are now going to get to some immigration questions. We have Kim, who's been waiting online for a while, from Stamford, Connecticut. Kim.
Hi, good morning, Brad. How are you?
Good, good. What's up?
Great. I love your show.
Oh,
honestly, I watch it every day at work, but I can't comment or anything.
All right, so you're sneaking a call. Let's go fast.
Right, and I'm sneaking in a call right now. All right. I have a friend, she went on our interview the other day, and she has her kids on the thing, but she said she don't know if she said she got the I-130 approved for her kids, and only thing for her to do is pay for the visa form now. But she said she doesn't want to pay for it because it's based on her case, or if she got her green card. I'm telling her to pay for it.
Wait. I'm confused. Who's sponsoring who? I'm lost.
No. A friend of mine, she has 3 kids in Jamaica.
Okay.
He got married to a citizen up here.
Right.
He got back the I-130 approved.
Right.
So the case is in, what do you call it? The visa.
National Visa Center.
Where she
okay, I understand now. Okay.
But she went on her interview the other day, so she said she don't know if she should pay for the, she said she do not know if the case is based on her or she should just pay for the visa form for the kids to come up.
Okay, so this is how it works. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you need a separate application for each child. So if only one I-130 visa petition went in, the only person to be paying for is your friend. Even though you write the kids on the application, they are not included on that case. So
No. He did. Hold on, Brad. He did all 3 different applications for the kids.
Oh, she did that.
But she's saying, yeah. But what I'm saying, all right, what I'm saying to you now is, she don't know if she should pay for the visa form now because she did her interview. She's waiting on to see if he got her temporary green card.
Yeah, because if she doesn't pay for the kids, the kids are going to be left behind.
Okay, so she should go ahead and
go
pay
ahead.
for the kids.
Yeah, I guess your question is should she pay for the kids because she didn't know if she's going to get her green card or not? And my answer would be, if it's a real marriage and it's a legit marriage, she should absolutely be paying for the kids because eventually legit marriages will get passed.
Okay, thank you very much,
right.
Brad. He's a legit married, and I love you both.
Oh,
so you
thank
keep
you.
on doing the good work.
Thank you very much.
And although I can't comment, but I do tell people about you.
I appreciate it,
Although I
Kim.
don't comment, I do comment. I do say hi. I want to say hi sometime, but anyway, I got to go back to work before the fire.
All right, I was just letting you talk. I love compliments. I was just letting you talk. Thank you very much, Kim.
You guys just keep the good work up, and God bless you all. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. By the way, I forgot to tell Kim, she's in Stamford, Connecticut. We are opening up our office in Hartford, Connecticut in another 2 or 3 weeks on Congress Street, right down the street from the Immigration Service. So if you're up in Connecticut, you don't have to schlep all the way down to Manhattan anymore to see Spar and Bernstein. We are coming to you on Congress Street, right in Hartford, Connecticut. Let's go to Gene in Miami, Florida. Gene.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's up?
Yeah, so I have my sister. She's married to a U.S. citizen, but she's now divorced. But her husband wrote a letter to USCIS saying that she's been using her for immigration benefits. And then she's on the process of removing the condition. So the letter her husband sent to immigration, can that affect her?
The letter said what? She's removing the conditions of her permanent residence, and I missed the first part.
Okay.
The letter was written by who?
By her husband.
By her husband, saying that this is not a real marriage?
In a way, yeah. She said she's been using her just for immigration benefits.
Okay, fine.
To the U.S.
All right. So is she divorced from this man?
Yes.
Okay. So generally speaking, we get these calls a lot. When you get a green card in the marriage, and you get a green card, generally you get it for 2 years on a marriage, and then 2 years later you got to remove the conditions. Now what happens is over that 2-year period, a spouse who lives in America and then another spouse who lives in another country, they never really live together on a daily basis. They go and visit. It's beautiful. It's a fantasy. Oh my God, this is great. I see this person for 2 weeks. I come back. It's a different story once you come to America and you live with each other on a daily basis. And what happens over these 2 years is sometimes marriages break up because you realize, you know what, this person's not for me. So now the spouse, a lot of times one of the spouses is hurt because one of the spouse wants to keep the marriage and the other one doesn't. So what happens is that the spouse is hurt, is angry, and then writes a letter to immigration saying this was not a real marriage, she used me. Now, as long as they got a divorce and as long as there is proof that she and the husband lived together in the same household, shared the same economic relationship, shared the same bedroom at the end of the evening, and then they got divorced sometime thereafter, that letter is going to be discounted substantially. It's just going to look like you're just an angry person who was, who lost a spouse, just like most people get angry in a divorce. If, on the other hand, there is not a lot of evidence that they lived together, or the marriage was very short-lived, and she came up to America, and 2 days later she flew to coop, so to speak, then yeah, that letter's going to hold more weight. Depends on what she has to prove that it was a real marriage.
Okay. So, but does it matter if that was the husband that's filing for the divorce?
No, it doesn't matter who's filing for the divorce.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And if she needs help, hold on. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Jill, if you could just tell me my ear, are we going to be Skyping with our social media guru? All right, so leave your messages on our Facebook page. We are going to be answering them live. We are going to be joined in our studio in a little bit by our social media guru. We will be inviting her into the Brad and Squeeze studio. She's generally disinvited, not allowed in here, but on this very special day, we will have her presence, and the queen of all social media, Kim, will be joining us here in the studio. She will be queen for the day, or she's always the queen, but she will be joining us to read off your immigration questions on our Facebook pages. So please leave them. We'll be doing that in a few minutes. In the meantime, let's go to Kayla. Kayla in Brooklyn. Kayla.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm happily married to a U.S. citizen.
Wonderful.
I got my I-130 approved in 2015, and I currently filed to address. I'm waiting on a date. Question is, do you think it's safe for me to fly to another state for Thanksgiving?
Yes. Enjoy. Gobble, gobble.
Okay.
All
Thank you. Where's Squeeze?
Where is Squeeze? Where is Squeeze? Where in the world is Squeeze? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Happy
know.
holidays.
I don't know where he is. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
1-800, that is the $1 million question. Everyone thinks I should know where he is. I really don't know where he is. He just texted me this morning, says, can't make it. Do it yourself. I'm like, okay. 1-800-529-5465. Tashana.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and I have the conditional two-year green card.
Uh-huh.
What I want to know is, if I'm going to school, like university, is it okay for me to apply for financial aid, or will that be a problem?
No, you have a conditional green card. You can do financial aid.
I can?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, that was easy enough. Let's go. Okay, fine. So let's go to Jermaine in Oakland. Jermaine.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm not doing so good, but I'm taking it easy.
All right. All right. Let's see if we can help you.
All right. So to speak, I'm married to a U.S. resident, citizen that should be.
Right.
And I'm actually from Jamaica in California now. I've been here like a year. Mm-hmm. But the relationship has been like abusive. I've been thrown out like on numerous occasions. Like whenever I get paid, I'll give her, my portion. My name is on the lease, nothing so to speak, and I'll be giving her like $1,000 for the month. And it's like, she want to take all my money, throw me out a couple of times. I got to go to friends. I have no family in California, just in New York. But I'm trying to move to New York, so I want to know: is it okay for me to move to another state? And
it is okay for you to move. It is okay for you to be in an unhappy marriage and try to terminate it. I don't know about being thrown out, if that's abuse. That's just being thrown out of a home. You would have to know. I would have to know more. But I will say this: if you have evidence that you and her lived together for this 1 year period, and if you move out with that evidence, because you'll never be allowed back in the home again. You move out with the evidence, proof that it was a real marriage, you and her lived together for that 1 year, and you then begin a divorce action against her because you're so unhappy. If you are fully divorced by the end of the second year, you have proof that you lived together for 1 full year. You can file to remove. You can file to remove the conditions on your own without her, and you can move to another state, and you can get your green card all on your own. The government, you see, the whole idea behind getting this 2-year green card is not for people to stay in unhappy marriages. All right? Believe it or not, the government doesn't want you to stay in an unhappy marriage. What they want to do is they want to make sure that when you got your green card, everyone had the right intentions. This was a real marriage. So, and the way they do it is, did you live together? Did you share the same economic relationship? Did you share the same pillows, or you know, and in the same bedroom? Then you lived in the same house. Then, as far as the government's concerned, it was a real marriage. You terminated it. You're entitled to get your green card. No one says you have to stay unhappily married.
Right, because she even brought letters. She brought me to court and said I brought her to marry her, which, you know, is not so to speak. Well, we lived together for the 1 year on my state ID, the home address, my work bills go there. So I didn't, as to where she threw me with, I just sleep at friends' house for like 3 days until I asked to go back in. I've been basically lived there up until today. Well,
if you've been listening to the show, we get these calls all the time. There's always people, U.S. citizens, who say they just married me for my green card. Now, and perhaps maybe some of them are true. But judges in the Immigration Service hear this so often and so many times that it's almost discounted at this point unless there is absolute evidence that this is the case. For someone to come in and just make blanket accusation, Jermaine, for example, because you're Jermaine, Jermaine married me just for getting a green card without any evidence other than this is what I'm saying, it's discounted. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Because the only thing you have is like a text message saying, I want to help my mom, you know, to come here and live. That's my mom.
Right, but that's not you saying I married you for a green card. That's you saying I want my family to live here as well. You know, those are two different things. All right, hold on if you need help. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. I really think we're going to need to get a marriage counselor in on this show. And I'll tell you why, because I see it all the time. You have situations where, you know, you're an American citizen, or there is an American citizen, and they fall in love with somebody who lives in another country, Jamaica, Trinidad, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Asia. It doesn't really matter where. Okay? It's all the same. Human beings are human beings. And you fall in love. And then they go and travel and visit. And then you have like this beautiful week together, beautiful 10 days together. It's wonderful. It's bliss, total happiness. Because you're traveling, you're on vacation. There's no pressure on anybody. Then the person leaves and you're like, oh my God, I miss them. Then they come back again and you have this blissful vacation again and you go back and forth. And then you say, wow, I love this person, let's get married. And then they come to America, the person comes to America, to a place where, you know, it's different. America's different than other places, especially New York. New York people are moving fast. Boom, boom, boom. Get out of my way because, you know, you're too slow. So people move fast, especially in big cities. And then you're living day to day with the financial pressures and the everyday pressures of life. It's different. And people who are not able to, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess not accommodate the other person, but be able to kind of oh boy, when you forgetting an English word, that's trouble. You know, when you're not able to kind of like see, you know, get into a regular groove of life with each other because you're no longer on a vacation traveling. Fights happen. And when fights happen, you either have to be able to fight nicely or not nicely. And if you fight nicely, then your marriage works out. And if you don't fight nicely, then your marriage doesn't work out. So, you know, I wonder if, you know, marriage counselors would be able to help on this show. I don't know. Let's go to Delroy in Elwood Park.
Good morning, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good so far. All right, one question. How much does it cost to to change a name on a green card?
To change a name on a green card?
Uh-huh.
What do you need to change your name on the green card?
Well, it's not me. I just calling me out for somebody. Okay. They wanted to change the name because, I mean, what happened
depends
is
what name they're changing. In other words, if you know, they're
changing their married name.
To
back
what?
To their
maiden name.
Back to their maiden name.
Okay, so you would need...
They're changing their married name back to their maiden name.
Well, you would need... Are they divorced from this person?
Yes.
So then it would be the I-90, and you just pay the filing fee on the I-90.
How much is the filing fee?
How much is the filing fee? I don't remember filing fees. Let me see. The filing fee is. The filing fee is. I got to look it up actually. $455.
155.
455.
What is it?
$455.
Oh, $455.
Whoa is right. Yeah. Welcome to America. Everything costs. All right, Delroy. Be well. Thanks for calling. All right. So right now, everybody leave your questions on the Brad and Squeeze Show Facebook page, on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein Facebook page, on Brad H. Bernstein Facebook page. We're going to be answering your legal questions in our rapid fire round in about 3 minutes. We're going to see Antoine, who is living his American dream. Oh, nope. We are not going to see Antoine. Antoine will be another day. What I'm told is we are going to do one of our Braducation segments. It's new here to the Brad and Squeeze Show. If you've been following us on Facebook, you may have seen some of the Braducation questions before. But we are going to start doing Braducation questions. These are questions I hear every day, and I'm going to answer them in 1 minute or less. And then we're going to bring our social media queen, Kim Moore, in to do our rapid fire round on Facebook. Let's see Braducation, and we'll be right back with rapid fire on Facebook.
How can I bring a parent from our home country?
You can only bring a parent from your home country, meaning that you are going to file for your parent if you are a U.S. citizen. If you're a permanent resident, you're not going to file for your parent because it's not allowed. The way you do it is you file an I-130 visa petition for each parent. So if you want to bring your mom and dad, you're going to file one I-130 for your mom and one I-130 for your dad. And then once the I-130s are approved, you're going to process at the National Visa Center. You're going to give their biographic data forms. You're going to provide other documentation. But most importantly, you have to provide an affidavit of support. Show that you can support each parent 125% above the poverty level. Once you're done processing at the National Visa Center will transfer the entire file to your parent's home country for them to show up for an interview at the U.S. Embassy in that particular country. Kim Moore, our social media queen. We were having trouble with Skyping you from our social media room.
Correct.
So you ran down the hall during our Braducation, and in 1 minute got set up here in our studio. Welcome, social media queen Kim Moore, for our rapid fire round. And I was just laughing to myself because we did those Braducation episodes at the end of August.
Yeah, it was like
right. That was about
summer.
3 months ago when I had the full-grown beard. I wonder if anyone. Nope, nobody had anything to say about my beard. All right, so thank God. You see, shaved now. Well, I didn't shave today.
You didn't shave this morning.
No, I got the, the 12 o'clock shadow, or whatever it's called? Yes.
That's like an 18-hour shadow.
18-hour shadow, probably. But I will be shaved tomorrow. I will not be growing out the beard. Although my friend said to me, he goes, you know that guy, the world's most interesting man?
Yeah, the Dos Equis guy?
The Dos Equis guy. He said, you want to know why? He wouldn't be very interesting without his beard. So I had one friend who was saying to me, grow the beard, you look much more interesting.
Yeah, but Santa also wouldn't be Santa without the beard.
Right.
You don't want to be Santa.
Santa would just be a fat guy giving out presents.
He would just be a creepy dude with a bag of presents.
Creepy dude with a bag of presents. So, yeah, something to be said about the beards. All right, so let's go rapid fire. Who has left questions? Let's answer them.
Okay, so Michael was the first to leave a comment on our new Brad and Squeeze Show page.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
And now everybody follow Michael. You go to the Brad and Squeeze page, you get your questions answered first. This is the way we are going to force people to watch the Brad and Squeeze page.
We're going to strong-arm people.
We're going to twist their arm to do it. All right, ready?
So my friend's husband entered the U.S. illegally in 2004 from Haiti. He was in the U.S. during the earthquake, and so he applied and was granted TPS. My friend is a U.S. citizen and dated him for 10 years. They've got a baby girl together, plus they're recently married. As TPS for Haiti is set to expire, they want to file for an adjustment, but can they do that since he entered illegally?
They cannot file an adjustment if he entered illegally unless he had an I-130 filed before April 2001, or the spouse is military or former military, then you can do a parole in place. Maybe his parents had something filed before April 2001 and he's 245I, but they should file, or maybe during this TPS process, he was able to get advanced parole, travel home, come back, then his last entry was actually legal, and then he would be able to adjust. If none of that exists, then the wife has to file an I-130, should be doing so immediately, and then he would have to do a provisional waiver, go back to Haiti and come back. And I am sure, you know, with what's going on in Haiti these days and the fact that there's a wife and children, that provisional waiver would be approved. But you have to do it with the provisional waiver.
Akelia on also our Brad and Squeeze show page would like to know, if my husband is deployed, he's in the U.S. military, can I submit my papers without his signature, or do I have to send them to Africa to get him to sign it?
You got to send them to Africa, and you do it through the military, and it takes some time, but he has to sign it.
Okay, and this is just for a green card renewal. Is that the same process?
To remove the conditions, your husband would have to remove the conditions. Your husband has to sign the paperwork. So yes, you got to send it to Africa and back.
Okay, Simone on Facebook.
I didn't know where was the military in Africa?
I'm sure they've
I guess they're all over the place.
Yeah, like in Congo.
Yeah, I guess they're all over the place. We don't even know where our military is.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
And they're called troops. I don't know. Simone on Facebook would like to know, my friend was sponsored by her daughter. She just got her green card, but she can't really settle fully in the U.S. because she's got 2 minor kids in Jamaica. She has no one responsible to take care of them there. Would it be smart to pay taxes from outside the U.S. until the kids can immigrate to the USA?
No, what would be smart is that she enters the United States, she files for her children an I-130 visa petition, she then also simultaneously applies for a re-entry permit, goes back to live with her kids. The re-entry permit's good for 3 years. The I-130 for the kids will take less than 2 years. That way she doesn't give up her green card. And if she earns money in another country, yes, she has to file tax returns in the United States, but most likely she's not going to earn enough to support the kids anyway. She's going to need an affidavit of support from somebody else.
Rita would like to know on Facebook, my friend would like to know if his spouse, who is a green card holder, can sponsor him, or does she have to wait till she's a citizen?
Could sponsor as a green card holder. Why not?
But why not?
Why not? Just takes a little longer, but why not?
Right. Ule would like to know. Ule.
Okay. A little much for me, but okay.
I get very excited with that person. Yeah. My niece just had a baby and is due for her appointment with immigration in a week. What must she do to get her daughter on the filing?
After the daughter is born, you have to notify the National Visa Center that there's another child and you want to process for that child, assuming that that application is an application in which that child can be included. But you got to wait for the birth first. Baby's not born yet.
Yeah, she was be
born next week.
She just had a baby.
Oh, just had the baby. Okay,
she just had the baby.
So then submit the birth certificate with the case number to the National Visa Center and ask that this child be included on the case.
Darshani on Facebook would like to know, I need help with a divorce which was done some 7 years ago for 5 houses and a business. My wife claimed I was mad after I caught her cheating and I lashed out. They sent me to get treatment and I was arrested for a long period of time. Can I sue her after all these years and work out a payment plan I have suffered when the judge ordered me about my own house? Whew.
Woo!
I know.
Right. So basically he went away to jail for domestic violence, apparently. And he claims there was no domestic violence, but whether true or not, I don't know. And then the wife got a divorce behind his back while he was in jail, and the judge gave the wife the house, the businesses, the cars, the cash, the jewelry, and everything else. That is a loaded question.
That is
a lot.
It
depends on what state it was in, and you would definitely need a consultation. That is not an answer that we can say, yes, of course, we can get everything back for you.
No problem. Let me answer in one sentence.
Yes, we would need to see everything and take it from there. But we have very good matrimonial attorneys here, so you would be calling in the right place.
Judith on Facebook would like to know, my friend is a British citizen. Her brother is filing an application for her and her son to come to the U.S. She's since gotten married and has 2 more children. Can they be added to the application?
Yes.
Oh. Shivani would like to know, I had my child in the U.S., but now I'm being denied my visa. Why is that so, and what should I do?
Because you had a child in the United States. If you come here into the United States on a visitor's visa and you give birth, that is not one of the reasons to come to America on a visitor's visa. You have now violated the purpose of your visit here, and the United States government as a policy gets really pissed off at you if you come as a visitor, give birth in America, because you have now made an American citizen that otherwise should not be a U.S. citizen. So as a result, they will punish you and you will never get a visa again. Don't do it. You can't come to America on a visitor's visa to give birth, have a child born in America, leave, and then expect to be able to travel back and forth. Not happening. Not anymore. That's for sure.
That's
right.
A tough
By the way,
situation.
Kim, you were not, just so everybody knows, you were not born in the United States. You yourself are an immigrant. Is that correct?
I am indeed. I was born in Belgium.
You were born in Belgium.
And I still have my Belgian citizenship.
Right. I'm still waiting for the chocolate delivery. That's all what is Belgium known for? Chocolate, right?
Chocolate, waffles, and fries.
That's about it.
We invented fries. We're big on food.
French fries, chocolate?
Yes.
Yes.
Which really should be Belgian fries. It's a whole point of contention. It's a thing.
I've never been, but that's basically all they're known for.
I mean, those are the big things.
Those are
also,
big things.
the little boy statue that pees in Brussels. You've seen that, right?
No, I don't really go look at boy statues that pee.
It's
really not on my itinerary.
It's generally a known statue.
Okay. It's usually not on my itinerary. All right, what else? What else you got?
Candy would like to know, I came to the U.S. without being inspected at the border at age 27 in 2010. If I get married to a green card holder, can I get my green card?
Yes, but you would need a provisional waiver. You may need a second waiver for misrepresentation, depending on how you entered. But you're going to need a lawyer.
Nicola, our wonderful Nicola Jackson from Facebook.
One of the funniest Brad Squad.
One of the funniest commenters, hands down, absolutely.
Yes.
She's a nonstop troll. I love her.
Yeah. I don't know if I would call her a troll. That's not very nice.
It's like a good troll.
It's a good troll.
Like a funny
like a troll from the North Pole.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Troll from the South Pole. Okay, all right. So Nicola's a troll from the North Pole.
Nicola, the North Pole troll, would
right.
like to know, how long after receiving the approval notice for your EAD and advanced parole will you receive it?
It's supposed to be 90 days, but it's really closer to 120 now.
Emron would like to know, good morning, Brad. I got my temporary green card on the 25th of February in 2015. I applied for my 751 in October of 2016, but I never heard from USCIS. When am I eligible to file for my citizenship?
You would be eligible right around now, because you're at 2 years, 9 months, and 3 days from the time that you got your conditional green card. Now, if you file for your citizenship at your citizenship interview, you're going to be interviewed on 2 different applications, the removal of the conditions and your citizenship. It's going to be a very hard interview, but yes, you can go do it.
And is that 2 separate interviews that they have you come in for?
You're going to be interviewed by one person on 2 separate applications.
I got you. Whew. Vivian would like to know, can I expedite my case if it's taking too long, and how can I go about it? I actually have 3 cases at the NVC, which one is reviewed and the other ones won't be reviewed till the end of this month. And the other one probably next month also. So can I expedite
there's no real expediting, but you may want to contact a good lawyer like...
Hi.
Because what we can do is we can contact the National Visa Center and make sure that if it's being held up because there's a problem, that the problem's being fixed. Versus, hey, there is no problem, they're just slow. Well, it's life.
Right. Magnolia would like to know, is I-359 applicable to F and M visas as well for people who applied for a change of status here in the U.S.?
Is what?
The I-359.
The I-359?
I-359.
What is the I-359?
You tell me.
I don't know. Let me look up what the I-3, I don't know what the I-359 is.
That's, you know, it always surprises me when we find like that one form that is so obscure.
Let's see, the it goes, I'm looking at all the lists here.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes I-290B, which is the notice of appeal. I knew that one.
Yeah.
The I-360, which is the VAWA.
Okay, we know that one.
Then it goes I-361, affidavit of support. The I-363, a request to enforce the affidavit of support. And then it jumps right to I-407. There is no
I-359.
There is no I-359, which is why I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, next question.
That's like one of those scary stories where it's like, that person's been dead for 10 years.
Yes, nobody submitted an I-359 in 100 years. They haven't submitted an I-359 since the Civil War. All right, what's next?
Malicia would like to know, if you fail your citizenship, how long do you have to wait until you retake it?
You can go refile again and do it right away.
Okay. Candy would like to know, my friend is currently seeing an immigration judge, and every time she goes for her case, it's continuously being put off, and that's been since August of 2016. Could this be a positive sign for her case? If it wasn't good, then wouldn't she have already been deported?
No, it's a positive case. It's a positive sign if you don't have relief from deportation and you don't have a good case. It's not a positive sign if you have a great case and you want to get your green card and they keep pushing it off. So, you know, it depends. You know, if you have a great case, you ask to recalendar it and have a faster date. If you don't have a great case, you thank God nobody's talking to you in that court for years. You know, but what is very funny is when you said, "Oh, my friend is seeing an immigration judge," I was going to be like, "Wow, that's a great person to be dating, the immigration judge."
Very handy.
Very handy to be dating the immigration judge. All right, what else you got?
Kimberly on Facebook would like to know, I was married to a U.S. citizen when I was going to college. We learned early that we're not for each other. So after getting a divorce, I got remarried. It's been 5 years. Will I be questioned about my past marriage?
Yes.
My cousin, Millie would like to know, my cousin came here as a child through Canada. She's got no proof of entry. Does she need to go back to her country to get married in order to get her green card or visa?
No, she gets married here and she's going to go home to get a provisional waiver. But she leaves with the provisional waiver. Other than that, she's going to have a 10-year bar.
Okay.
Needs a lawyer.
Yes. Donette would like to know, my spouse is a U.S. citizen and former military. We're about to do my affidavit of support application. What documents are we filing?
Your I-864 and tax returns. You have to show 100% above the poverty level because military, not 125. Got a lower affidavit of support requirement.
Oh. Dawn would like to know, if someone is denied a visa in her home country, can that person marry their spouse who's a citizen and be sponsored by the spouse?
Dawn wants to know what?
If someone is denied a visa in their home country, can that person marry their spouse who's a citizen?
It depends.
And be
It depends
sponsored?
why they were denied. If you were denied because you were found in an airport with 10 pounds of marijuana, you're getting denied for the rest of eternity. So, you know, what's the reason why you were denied really is the question.
So today's PSA is don't travel with 10 pounds of marijuana.
Don't travel with marijuana, period.
Andrea on Facebook would like to know, how long does it take for a boss to file for you and what are the requirements?
It takes about 1.5 years. You have to do a labor certification, prove you're not taking a job away from an American worker, prove your boss has the ability to pay your salary, and have him offer you a job on a full-time basis, on a permanent basis, and that you have experience doing this job, that he's not training you. And that's a whole process. But I do have to remind everybody, because we only have about 1.5 minutes to go, and I completely forgot, and where was Cordella all day long, did not... she did remind me, and I didn't see it.
I saw it, yeah.
She did remind me, and I didn't see it. Page 21, I said Cordella didn't remind me, and I forgot about it. So I do have to remind everybody that this show is brought to you by USA Credit Repair. USA Credit Repair is our proud sponsor here at the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're doing page 21 a little late. I completely forgot about it today. But call them if your credit's below 700. Give them a call at 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. And tell them that the answer is George Washington. I'm not even going to give you a question. Just go and tell them the answer is George Washington, and they're going to give you 30 days credit, absolutely free, credit repair, absolutely free, and they guarantee you, just the answer is George Washington. I don't have time for a question. All right, the answer is George Washington. Call them up, 1-800-872-7177. They will give you free credit repair for the first 30 days if your credit is below 700. Call them now. They're waiting to speak with you. You need to get your credit up above 700 to live in America. I promise you, that is a true statement. Call USA Credit Repair, 1-800-872-7177. They are proud sponsors. They promise to get your credit above I don't know if above 700, but they certainly promise to get your credit increased in 90 days or your money back guaranteed. Telephone number for USA Credit Repair, 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair is our proud sponsor. They'll give you 30 days for free if you tell them the answer is George Washington, 1-800-872-7177. I do have to remind everybody, prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome, and we are out of here.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spahn Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spahn Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spahn and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?